Welcome back to Crypto Meets AI. Jerry here with an update for you. Do me a favor, friends. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. Now let's get into this. Now this is pretty wild, frustrating, and irritating in my opinion. And this is actually happening and it's wild. Check this out. So we got 4 damn states that are suing Trump to keep Somalis robbing Americans. Go figure. 19 damn states are suing Trump to give sex change operations to kids. That should be child abuse in my opinion. 22 damn states are suing Trump to hide voter data. Well, we all know why they want to do that. 21 damn states are suing Trump to give SNAP benefits to illegals. Again, criminal. Now this is sickening. Think about it. Are we living in like the Twilight Zone here? Is this like the Twilight Zone? Because I'm not sure what the hell is going on. Is this really what the Democrat Party has become? I don't consider myself Democrat, Republican, or any of that. I'm an American that votes with policies that I like to see. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, you could be green, blue, black. I don't give a shit what you are. If you align with my ideas and my morals and my values, and you're going to benefit my life, then I'm going to vote for you. Plain and simple. It doesn't matter who you are. But to allow this and to be for this is wild. I don't know what to say about this. Comment down below, share, like, subscribe. What do you guys think about this? I mean, what's your honest opinion? I gave you mine. Tell me yours. I came across this post and it's pretty wild. This man is going viral after revealing that the last woman shot by Minneapolis police was a white woman named Justine Desmonde, who was killed by a Somali officer after she called for help, and not a single Democrat spoke out, protested against this. And get this is what even gets even wilder. This happened back in 2017. The officer convicted of third-degree manslaughter, but later having the verdict overturned. But apparently, the victim called 911 about a possible assault, approached officers barefoot, and guess what? They shot her through their squad car window. Where's the outrage about this? Where's the protesting? Where's the burning down the buildings about this? I never even heard about this.
So do you know who the last white girl to get unalived by law enforcement in Minneapolis was before Renee Good? No, you don't. And I bet you don't know that the person who did it was the first Somali police officer in the entire United States, and that they were convicted of murder. And it was later overturned by the Minnesota Supreme Court, and they only served a couple years. Bet you didn't know that, did you?
First it was railroads, then the internet, encryption. History says the U.S. loves tech, it can't instantly dominate. XRP feels like the next chapter, innovation paused by hesitation, or the big banking cartel, one or the other. Is America tripping over its own future again, or buying time to control it? I want you guys to ask yourselves why Ripple obtains licenses that allow it to expand its payment systems globally. The new financial system was decided years ago, and at its heart is XRP. In my opinion, Ripple's acquisitions have been planned out for a long time, years most likely, building up to something bigger. They're creating a new Bretton Woods system that has been planned since 1988. The Rising Phoenix, Economist magazine article. This is the digital Bretton Woods moment.
Is there anything that they're doing in terms of acquisitions that you would say, here is one to watch in the coming months or years?
I'm not sure, but the recent acquisitions like Hidden Road and the other one that they just did, I forget the name, sorry. What's the name of that one?
Well, G Treasury was the most recent one.
Yeah, that one. To me, it's almost like, because of my research in Ripple and my personal convictions on Ripple, how long this has been planned and who really is behind Ripple. To me, these acquisitions sometimes, and I know my brain just goes there, and this might not always be the case, but to me, it's almost like some of these acquisitions might have been planned for years.
Yeah.
Years. Say, you guys are going to build this out. We're going to buy you up.
There's no way you can make this many this quickly without it being in a long-term plan. Just either that or they got some very busy investment bankers.
Well, again, it's who is behind Ripple and why are they able to literally say that we're going to create a new, because they've said we're going to create a new world currency. It's been mentioned from time to time, or we're going to have the liquidity of a G20 nation and work with all the central banks and the IMF and not be stopped, because they're essentially saying that we're going to either complement the US dollar as a global reserve currency or we're going to replace it. What people need to understand here is what they're doing is it's the new digital Bretton Woods. It's the Bretton Woods 3.
I just thought I'd pull up the Economist article myself. January 8th, 1988. Get ready for the world currency. 30 years from now, Americans, Japanese, and Europeans, and people in many other rich countries and some relatively poor ones will probably be paying for their shopping with the same currency. Prices will be quoted not in dollars, yen, or D-marks, but in, let's say, the Phoenix. The Phoenix will be favored by companies and shoppers because it will be more convenient than today's national currencies, which by then will seem like a quaint cause of much disruption to economic life in the last 20th century. Think about that. The rise of the Phoenix. 1988. 30 years would be 2018. That's pretty much when XRP and Ripple were starting to have some good momentum and take off. Remember? But what happened? America and the big banking cartel was not ready, apparently, and they had to slow it down and stall it out. And that's what the lawsuit was all about, a smokescreen to stall it out in America and let it thrive around the world, and so they can become a dominant global company. The new world reserve currency is what it will be. And we all know XRP does its job best when no one notices. No hype, no headlines, just moving value quietly. Underneath everything, what if real adoption is meant to stay invisible because the true settlement layers aren't supposed to be front-facing at all? If XRP is everywhere but unseen, how would anybody know it already won? XRP, global rails for the future of money movement. Like Rosie Rio said, the train has left the station, my friends. XRP, Ripple Prime, first mover on BNY's tokenized deposit service. Why is this important? BNY Mellon CPO Caroline Weinberg explains that whether through DLT or next generation payment systems, Ripple, the true transformation lies in how networks interconnect. And I keep on saying it over and over, and I will continue to say it over and over. It's all about interoperability and communication, being able to work together.
Global capital markets are at an inflection point. We're seeing two massive trends. First is clients are requiring and demanding speed and certainty of settlement. They're also looking to move money faster around the world and leveraging new technologies to do so. Secondly, we're seeing the mainstreaming of digital assets. The combination of these two means that we have an entirely new financial system that's evolving and emerging. Here at BNY, we're very focused on traditional assets, but also digital assets. And the bridge between them is a massive unlock for our clients. Imagine you're the treasurer of a large corporation and you have offices in the US and also in Singapore. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could maintain all of your cash balances in one place and then move them instantaneously to make payroll or to do the transaction that you need in Singapore relative to New York? Instead of having bank accounts, revolvers, and credit facilities all over the world, imagine if you can use this always-on finance to move your money wherever you need to manage your business better.
The efficiency and the speed that DLT and this type of technology brings for businesses is unmatched like no other. This is going to make the small mom and pop businesses able to use the same rails to the JP Morgans, the Bank of America, the Citibanks, the BNY Mellons. The mom and pops are going to be able to use those same rails through DLT. And last up, you have to understand, they will never announce it in a press release. Systems like this are never released. They are activated. While governments argue in public and markets fight over noise, a quiet layer has been forming beneath the XRP ledger. Not a payment rail, not a token, a control layer. DNA protocol did not arrive loudly. It surfaced in fragments. Pilot integrations, identity frameworks whispered in technical rooms, not on stages. It was built the way contingency systems are built, out of sight, out of reach of public debate. The premise is simple and unsettling. Every country needs identity. Every border needs verification. Every citizen needs credentials that can be proven without being exposed. Passports, licenses, health records, residency, compliance status, everything. The old systems are failing. Centralized databases leak. Paper credentials break, and surveillance creates resistance. Governments are trapped between trust and control, so a different answer emerges. A system where identity can be proven without revealing identity, where compliance can be verified without showing data, where credentials exist everywhere and nowhere at once. That is what DNA Protocol is building on the XRPL. Zero-knowledge proofs allow verification without disclosure. Attestations replace documents. Proof replaces exposure. XRPL anchors this with deterministic finality. Once a credential is written, it cannot be altered. Not by hackers, not by insiders, not by politics. If every nation needs this, if every institution needs this, then the outcome becomes inevitable. Every passport becomes a proof. Every citizen becomes an attestation. Every border becomes a query. And beneath it all sits the same invisible layer. XDNA powers that layer. It secures proofs, incentivizes verification, and drives private identity fabric running in parallel to public settlement. This will not feel like adoption. It will feel like gravity. By the time it becomes obvious, the system will already be live. Get in while it's still quiet, my friends. Well, that's what I have for you folks. Until next time, stay savvy, stay stacking, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. And if you want more crypto deep dives, check out our videos right here on Crypto Meets AI. Thank you for watching. Remember to always do your own research. This is not financial advice.